Hey, what's happening? And welcome to This Life We Chose. I go by the name of Joe R, and today we're here with a new segment of Shuffle Like Songs to talk about Aaron Lewis of American rock band Stain featuring Fred Durst with Outside Family Values live version. So, this version of the song was originally from the Family Values Tour 1999 live album, which features select performances from that particular tour. This was performed in Biloxi, Mississippi, and this is actually the version of the song that was more commercially successful upon initial release, rather than the studio version that was released in 2001 on the Break the Cycle album. So this version of the song got picked up by radio and hit number one on the mainstream rock chart. And this is a song that Aaron Lewis had been playing on gigs, even like in between stage shows, let's say solo acoustic gigs, just trying to make some extra money. This is a song that he had been playing and just kind of like working out and fine tuning, trying to figure out, what the final wording was going to be for the song. So this performance here really kind of helped solidify what the final version of the song would be. There may have been some words that changed here and there on the Break the Cycle album, but for the most part, this is the song in its final form. So getting to the song itself, goosebumps set in as soon as I hear the guitar intro, which is pretty much the intro slash verse section of the song. And this is a song that's near and dear to my heart. So I've listened to it plenty of times, and really just kind of like caught the wave on it, as it were. So yeah, the song is a classic in my book. So as soon as I hear that guitar come in, if I'm playing a playlist and it just pops up randomly, or if I happen to be at a Stain show, which I've been to my fair share of Stain shows, and they're kicking this song off, this is something that, yeah, you can really feel and just kind of like get into as soon as you start hearing that strum of the guitar. But this version of the song is a raw performance with no over-the-top effects. It's pretty much just the guitar, Aaron, the crowd, and Fred Durst having this intimate moment, and it's really just about Aaron singing the song from the heart. With that said, he kicks off the first verse with "And You Bring Me to My Knees Again," which to me is a killer opener, an awesome opening line, and it really just kind of like sets the tone and lets you know what kind of song you're in for. And this line benefits from Aaron's emotional singing slash delivery. In typical Stain slash Aaron fashion, you believe and feel the lyrics of the song because Aaron sings it with conviction and he sings it from a real place. So you can really kind of hear that reflected in his performance, and therefore it just kind of like gets you into the song as well. So with all that said, verse one continues in that fashion of setting the tone of the track and really kind of like just getting you into it. And that brings us to the first chorus, where there is a lift in the playing of the guitar and he begins playing the chorus section. So as far as vocals go, the vocal is more subdued, but the chorus is still catchy nonetheless because of the lyrics. And anybody who's like a fan of this song, yeah, those lyrics are very memorable, very catchy, and just like hard to forget. And if you hear the song one time over the day, then you might be playing that chorus back in your head for the rest of the day. So some of those words are: I'm on the outside, I'm looking in, I can see through you, see your true colors. And yeah, just super catchy. Pretty much this is a song that has been popular for a long time. And those are some classic lines from this classic tune. So the acoustic break after the first chorus is where Fred Durst delivers his famous Biloxi, "This is the real deal, y'all, and I'm feeling those lighters" bit. So absolutely, this is very much a memorable part of the song that if you know this version of the song, pretty much you'll never forget. And even if you hear the studio version of the song, this part of the song still kind of like rings in your head. In the second verse that follows, Aaron ups the intensity of the vocals, really kind of driving the song forward, singing louder and offering up a nice change in dynamics. So to speak to some of the lyrics of this particular verse, another killer opener, I would say: "All this time that I felt like this won't end was for you, and I taste what I can never have. It's from you." And I'm definitely like pausing intentionally, even as I'm reading the lines a little bit, because I feel like that's a big part of the flow of the song. I feel like Aaron kind of pauses in certain parts of the song for dramatic effect and or just to kind of lend to the emotion of the song. And yeah, just that flow of the delivery, I think, is kind of like part of the hook for this song, or part of the overall appeal of the song. So yeah, Aaron continues, and again, he's just ramping things up as he goes along in this song. I really like the closer of this particular verse as well, where he says, "And I waste more time than anyone." That really kind of reflects the emotion of the song and just kind of like what mood he's in throughout the song. So then we get into the second chorus. And one thing I wanted to mention about the choruses for this song is that, it's where Fred Durst really lends like his supporting vocal or his background vocal as far as singing goes. So once again, he does moral support, kind of like the Biloxi part that I talked about earlier, but he does actually sing and provide backing vocals for Aaron. And this happens mostly on the chorus sections, or it happens really solely on the chorus sections. So after the second chorus, Aaron strums the guitar harder while gearing up for the climax of the song. And lending to the rawness of the performance, you start to hear like the fret buzz a lot more pronounced, and it's just kind of letting you know like, hey, something's coming on this next section. And that it does, because when Aaron hops back in, he goes all out vocally, projecting his voice louder than before and really getting things off his chest with even more emotional intensity than any previous point in the track. This comes with Aaron delivering the grit that shines through in his voice when he's really laying it all out there. And the lyrics that he's singing, or some of the lyrics that he's singing anyway, for this particular part that I really like are, "And I feel tomorrow will be okay," is the closing line. Just kind of ending things on a hopeful note before getting into this final chorus and this final resolution with Fred. So speaking of that final chorus, it brings things home to a final strum, and you can really hear kind of like the low end of the guitar ring out on that particular final strum. So it rings out with some power, and the crowd goes wild. Aaron says, "Thank you so much." And Fred Durst has the last word, just throwing one last little yeah in there in support of Aaron and hyping up the performance and just kind of, bringing things home, as it were. So, yep, Fred Durst and Aaron Lewis work in tandem on that last chorus to really finalize the song and bring it to that satisfying conclusion. So yeah, all in all, Outside is one of Stain's signature songs, signature tracks, and with good reason. It is a classic in their catalog, and it is a mainstay in their live set lists. I've enjoyed listening to this song plenty of times, countless times at this point, really, whether it be just pressing play on it or catching it during a live performance. And it's one of my fave songs of all time. So with that said, this concludes another edition of Shuffle Like Songs. As always, appreciate y'all for tuning in, and catch you on the next one.